So there
dangerous.
was a thing. There was a thing that happened today, leaked in the news. So the UFC are currently going through a lawsuit. For those who didn't know, it's an antitrust lawsuit, just basically for some dodgy stuff that people pointed out, where when it comes to maybe them not disclosing how much they're paying certain fighters, how much they're taking in, this kind of stuff. I'm probably not the best to explain it. I'm not a lawyer.
I'm definitely not the best to explain it because you had to explain it to me before this. So
it's good. Have a look at it. Look it up. I'm sure there's a lot of good breakdowns on the internet. I might, it's a bit of drama.
At the end of the day, in my opinion, it comes back to this whole fighter pay problem.
Exactly, that's where it stems from.
So, and it obviously is a problem. People pussyfoot around the whole subject and try and pretend like they're doing the best by their fighters, and that when it's obviously not. I mean, Brooklyn Wren stepping in there in the ring yesterday a few times is getting paid more than half the guys on the prelims.
Yeah.
Although she's just absolutely stunning, and I would be paying her more as well. But what I'm saying is, like,
she should fight.
It's not right, is it?
No, it doesn't make sense.
When you've got the sex appeal for the UFC getting paid more than the actual fighters in the UFC, it's not right. And people say, these guys are given a chance to build a platform, to eventually make it to a top. And sure enough, there are some cases of that.
It is an opportunity for sure, but that doesn't mean you'd pay these guys fuck all.
It's 5%. That's 5% of the fighters on the roster. I'm going to say somewhere around that. It's not a very high percentage of fighters who are getting paid a decent amount of money. And then we see someone like Francis run off and make squillions in boxing.
Billions.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something amiss.
No, it is silly, and that's why this lawsuit is going on. A lot of documents have been released, a lot of disclosed pays that fighters have got over the years, so that was very interesting. But there's also been some messages and communications leaked between the likes of Dana White and Lorenzo Fertitta, the ex-owner of the UFC. And one specific text message regarding a certain John Jones was leaked. Let me just pull that up. A article on MMAfighting.com. If you want to read it, it's going to be on the screen now. We'll also be discussing it while it's on the screen. I'll give you like a minute to read it. So basically, John Jones so this was around where is it? The UFC wanted to book a rematch between Jones and Gustafsson in 2014. That was after Gustafsson had basically almost beat John Jones. And there was a hold up, according to Dana White. It was John Jones wanted to fight Cormier next instead of Gustafsson. Negotiations on contract extension had snagged on that detail. Jones wouldn't sign it. And then there was a couple of text messages, which I'm going to remove that from the screen now. You can look it up if you do want to read it. Which went a little bit like this. Do you want to play Jones?
You want to click back into the screen just because I think... But yeah, I will play Jones.
You'll play Jones? What's up with Jones? Did he straighten up, or is he still being a scumbag? White texted the UFC chairman, Fertitta.
See, Jones doesn't actually play
he does. You can be Fertitta.
No, I can be Jones.
Okay, all right, I'll be both then.
Yeah, I can't really read it from here. You're a bit close.
that was Dana White, and then Fertitta came back, still a douche, but we're inching closer. Haven't moved on money, but sent the letter with an ultimatum. That was Fertitta, and then Dana comes back saying, "Awesome, fuck that punk, Lorenzo. He needs to know we don't need him, or he will fuck us over more than he already does." That was back in 2014, after John had beaten Gustafsson, so a very long time ago. These are private text messages, by the way, between Dana and Lorenzo, so that's a bit of a moral thing, Sometimes you text people like that.
Look, when you're the head of an organization like that, I don't think there's any excuse to be talking about people, your employees like that, no matter who you're talking to. And I mean, that's easy for me to say. I work for an ink company, and I obviously don't employ anyone, and I never have.
You got to treat your
But
employees with respect.
You do.
I know it's different in this situation. It's very high stakes, but you've got to treat your employees with the respect that they deserve, especially after they bring so much attention and money to the sport, like John. You know,
Yep.
fuck that punk. He needs to know we don't need him. You kind of do, man. He was one of your biggest stars at that point, and he still is to this day. He was bringing in the highest pay-per-views at that point, I believe, apart from maybe
McGregor.
No, this is before McGregor blew up.
This was right as McGregor was blowing up.
This was like just as he was getting into the UFC. So like, yeah, he was one of your biggest stars. You kind of do need him, man. Respect your fucking employees.
I don't know. Yeah, it's. He's gonna come out and say, "Well, that was a text message between myself and someone else. It was meant to be private, whatever." It's now not. So deal with that because it's now not private. Being the head of a massive organization like that, who's now in some legal problems, you're going to have stuff like that come out of the works, and you just don't want to put yourself in a position where this can happen.
Exactly.
And
Conduct
he has
yourself as a
put
businessman.
himself in this position, which I'm sure is a very awkward thing now between him and Jones, who
that would be interesting.
who has obviously matured a lot as a man and as a fighter in the last 10 years. I mean, we'll see whether or not
he fucks up again.
That statement from me ages well.
Yeah.
But so far, so good.
So far, well, in the last year since he did that whole beating his wife thing. It's interesting, man. I just think he's acting a bit of a dickhead here because I just don't think you should be you should be talking when you're in that position. You shouldn't be talking about your employees like that.
No,
I just don't think it's very, very professional.
No, I agree.
But it is what it is. What are your thoughts?
I've gave my.
Hey guys, thank you very much for watching this short episode of Combat Corner.
If you like what you see, we've got lots of long form content below and lots of other videos like this, so feel free to go along and check it out. We really appreciate all your support. Thanks again for watching.
Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment, share it around. Have a good day.
Peace.